What's up, everyone? Welcome to the main issues. I'm Al Taylor, also known as the Act 24, here with the one, the only, the greatest, the Dragonborn, Darsh J. Williams. We got a great show for you today. NASA is finally about to put a woman on the moon. And then a massive asteroid will zoom past Earth right after Christmas. And also, I am really not in the Christmas spirit. All this and more on the main issues. First of all, what's going on, DJ?
What's up, Al? Man, I feel like we haven't done this in a minute. We just did it last weekend.
Yeah, we did it last weekend.
Kind of got that feeling like it's been a minute.
Even though I lost the audio to the last episode. But then,
yeah, what happened with that? I mean, I wasn't stressing it. You the tech man, so hey, if it happened, it happened. It ain't like shit we can do. But yeah.
Okay, some of you may have noticed in the last episode, if you've been listening for a while, we started out with pretty good quality, and I try to maintain that quality. And last week we definitely
shout out to Al.
Thank you. Last week we definitely did not have that quality in our audio, and I almost didn't put the episode out. I started to say, like, I think we should just not have the episode this week because it was that bad to me.
But you a perfectionist. It was definitely less than, but it wasn't unpostable.
If it was my first time coming across this show, coming across this podcast, and I heard that, I would have clicked off in the first few seconds of that because I'm like, oh God, they're not professional at all.
I mean, that's fair, but you put it in the description. So, I mean,
yeah.
What more do you want?
A lot of people don't read the description.
Yeah, true. I had a friend of mine was like, hey, man, y'all should put what y'all talk about in the description of the podcast.
We do.
We do.
Yeah, we put everything down there. And yes, I put
Not
that pretty prominently.
Talk about what we're going to talk about beforehand. So then there's that part, but whatever.
Yeah, but man, thanks for the feedback though, whoever that was, because we do need more feedback because we're just starting out, and
we trying to be perfect, as close as perfect as we can be.
It's not just that, but we want to make a show that people want to listen to and
True that.
Want to be providing the greatest service for our fans.
One thing I always get asked, I say always, but I've been asked twice, what is our target audience? And I was just like, we kind of don't really have one.
And that's not good. That is not good.
I mean,
we will eventually, sooner than later, we need to niche down.
I guess.
Because we cannot have a show for everyone, because this has come up with me too. Every time someone asks me, "Oh, what kind of podcast is it?"
I just tell them current events.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much tell them that, but honestly, listening to the show and doing the show, of course, it's a nerd podcast, man.
But you didn't want a nerd podcast.
I didn't want that, but I have.
You're trying to deny your roots.
Yeah. It's just I've come around to the idea that having that kind of niche is fine. It's like why would I? We don't want to be trying to sell our show to the wrong audience.
Yeah, true that.
Like, if we're telling people, like, oh, it's for everybody, but then they come and listen to the podcast and we're talking about video games and stuff, it's not for everybody. I mean, I would like it to be, but it's just not.
That's why we put it on the tail end. So if you wanted some of the current event foolishness, by the time we start nerding out, you're like, oh, yep, time to tune out.
Okay, we put it on the tail end, but tell me this, like, what about those people who are coming to the podcast just for that stuff? They gotta wait all the way to the tail end to get to what they're really interested in.
Skip?
Yeah, but we don't want them to do that. We want them to listen
skip
to the
through
whole,
the. Okay,
we want them to listen to the whole show.
I mean,
I don't want to be creating a show that people want to skip through.
True, but I don't know. I skip through just about everything I listen to.
Stop saying that. No, don't.
I'm just saying, man.
Stop saying that. We need this podcast to be marketable eventually, and for marketing, we need them to listen to the whole show.
But when we started out. Well, I don't think we ever advertised that, but you mentioned to me that we were going to do whatever this is going to be, and then we were going to do one separate for like gaming and stuff. But you've been busy as hell, and I've been busy as of late, so we haven't really been able to do that. So is that still something you want to do, or now it's just like it doesn't seem plausible?
It doesn't seem plausible. I do still want to do that. Of course, but it just really doesn't seem plausible. I'm struggling to get this done every week.
Yeah, I know.
It's really hard, but I think I'm about to stop working on Mondays, so that'll be at least like one extra day off I have to work on stuff. So that'll be better.
Right. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So I spend hours working on the editing for the podcast, and then I click something and it completely disappears. That is what happened to last week's audio.
Yeah.
So I had
wait, but doesn't just about everything usually say, "Hey, do you want to save before you close this?" That didn't happen?
Yes, but not this program apparently.
What the hell?
And it said that before, like if I was actually on the screen, the application screen, I'm talking about Audacity right now. That's what I use to edit the audio from the podcast. And are
we giving no hints and trade secrets?
Trade secrets. Like I have other programs, but I just like Audacity because it's easy and it's free. But I was not on the Audacity screen. I was taking out the audio from the video that just comes from the camera. And I needed to place that into Audacity so that I could match the audio. And instead of going to the taskbar and pulling up Audacity, I was just moving really quickly, and I wasn't thinking that I already had it open. So I clicked on Audacity to open it. So it did open it. It opened up a new instance of it and just closed the other one without even asking me if that's what I wanted it to do. And there were no temporary files saved.
Damn.
I checked everything. I spent an extra hour in forums on YouTube trying to figure out if that audio file was somewhere on my computer that I could bring it back from the dead.
And it was not.
No, it was not.
Sheesh.
It was not at all. And if this had been 5 or 6 years ago, I would have needed a new laptop because I was about to tear that shit up.
Oh.
I was pissed.
Man, I'd imagine so, because it's not like we could re-record that.
No.
Like, it's the spontaneity and everything. Nah, we wouldn't have been able to do that again.
And I mean, we already missed some stuff last week when we were just organically talking about the topic.
Yeah, we forgot the Jesus thing.
but no, that was week before we forgot the Jesus thing. I'm talking about last podcast. When we were talking about Baby Yoda. We didn't forget anything, but we were talking about it before we started recording. You don't remember when you were about to go in? You were going in on stuff. And I was like, wait.
Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, it's a whole lot that goes into this, and we've only been doing this a little while, so please, if you're new here or if you've been here for a while, please stick with us. And if something like that happens again, just know that is not our normal quality.
And I also know that it's 100% Al's fault because he's a tech guy.
So what happened with you? I spent a lot of time on me just now.
Yeah, no one want to hear about you. Everybody want to hear about me.
Right.
Nobody here to see you, Otis. But,
I'm Otis. Dang.
Nah, just fucking around. But okay, so I had my job Christmas party that I went to last night, which is Saturday night for anybody who's listening to this afterwards. But so it started at a place called Dub's Pub. It was nice, food was great, you know, and I know just about everybody with the exception of some of the people who were out of town, because our job is you know, we have a bunch of little locations around just Georgia and in the small towns, whatever. So everybody was there. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people were there. So it was nice. After that, we started bar hop. We went to a place called Smiles next door. It was, wait, did I say next door? Upstairs, downtown Savannah. It's stairs, and if you haven't been, don't try to follow because it's just like a big ass maze. But anyway, so we went to a place called Smiles. Smiles was nice. There was like a dueling piano thing going on. Very entertaining.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with the bar. So
yeah,
a dual piano bar. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's the first one for me. So,
yeah.
But it was interesting. So after that, some people broke off, went home. After that, we went to Saddlebags because one of my coworkers from out of town was determined to ride the mechanical bull. He was like, "Man, I'm gonna ride it longer than anybody who challenging me to the bull ride." So my coworker Justin got on. Justin rode for a good little while. Anybody who followed me on Snapchat, it was on there. I'll post it again later on this week after this drop, just in case. And then JR got on. It lasted for all of 2 seconds. and then he got on the second time. But he fell off the second time so fast that I hadn't even had a chance to post the first video on Snapchat. I was still clicking through, and he climbed back on and fell back off again. I was like, well, God damn it. You talked all that shit on the way here, and you couldn't even last 2 seconds. So then we went to the bar next door.
You're lucky, though, because every time I've gone there, the bull ride has been broken.
Oh, really?
Yes. I've been there I've probably been through there like 5 times, and it's always broken. Like, we go in there just to do the bull ride, and like it's broke.
Oh,
they're like, you know, they don't be wanting to say big girl, but you know what they getting at. Like, a substantial woman was on the bull ride.
But that's what's on the logo. It's a big old woman riding a mechanical bull.
They can't handle it.
They need a better bull.
They may have gotten one now.
Okay,
and I mean, shoot, I'm talking, but this is years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hopefully they do got a better bull, because if that's your logo advertisement, is a big old woman riding a mechanical bull, your mechanical bull can't handle a big woman, that's false advertisement.
Yeah.
Shut the whole place down. But so we go to the next place because one of the out of town guys is playing the guitar and singing there. It was a good performance. I think the guy's name was James. It was pretty good. I don't remember the name of the bar. Don't sue me. Then after that, we went to Treehouse. My boss was trying to go to Treehouse the whole time. Finally, we made our way to Treehouse, and it was going. Anybody who's ever been to Treehouse in Savannah, it's a nice place, mixed crowd, mixed music. You know, it's good.
The smallest dance floor you will ever see with the most people on it.
I mean, hey, that's very true. That's true for a lot of places. But coworker of mine's dancing, bumping into everybody, but no one's really paying him any attention.
Help it?
No, he was on one.
Oh.
He was, man, like it was almost like he was trying to start a mosh pit or something. But nobody was really paying him any attention, really. And I was just like, oh, I hope he doesn't hope he doesn't piss anybody off. So one of my bosses grabbed him, like, hey man, just calm down. You bumping into everybody, you're gonna piss somebody off. So you let him go. It's cool for a second. Then all of a sudden, right on the side of me, boom, 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 boom. Somebody jumped on him.
No.
He gets a big old gash in the side of his head. It's fucking pouring out blood. So of course we leave, and it's a whole thing. Like, my boss's wife gets bumped in the nose. Her nose bleeding.
What?
So at this point, he's on murder mode. So, but he ends up calming down or whatever, and everything's okay. We go to Polari's. And again,
Which
everything's
is
cool.
right across the...
Yeah, basically like diagonally across the street. Man, so everything's cool. So I'm like, okay, I want a drink. As soon as I walk to the bar, somebody walks past me. I'm like, that guy. Wait, is that the guy from Treehouse that started the fight? And then all of a sudden, my boss's wife jump on. I'm just, oh, Lord.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So we leaving Polaris again. Now at this point, my boss is pissed. He wants this guy, so he's going after him. His wife got him, calmed him down or whatever, which is cool because he's a nice guy. I hate to see him, go to jail for indulging in the foolishness that is downtown Savannah. So, but anyway, it was a fun night. I've never went out downtown. Savannah and hasn't been like a fight or some kind of altercation with at least one of the people I'm with. So I understand, and I don't even be hanging out with aggressive people like that. It just shit always fucking happens.
It just happens.
So,
yeah.
But everything's cool. At that point, it was time to go. It was pretty late. It was all right. But it was. I still had a good time. Like I said, I'm used to the fight shit popping off. But anywho, I guess on to the topics.
Yeah. So NASA to land first woman on the moon. It's about time.
Yeah, it is. Definitely about time.
But there is
moon landing fake. It's under my throat.
You're not one of those fake moon landing people.
No,
right?
no, I'm not. I mean, I'm not.
I was about to have to end the friendship.
I'm not one of those people, but man, it's hard. Once you see all the stuff, it's very hard. But the only thing that I say about it is no conspiracy is that good, I guess. Well, I can't say that because if it's a good conspiracy, I'm not supposed to know it's good. But anyway, it's stuff that you can't really prove is wrong or right.
Well, here's my thing with it. When you hear all the arguments, all the conspiracy theories, and or at least I haven't heard, is why.
Why what?
Why would they do that? Like, what is the...
because we were at a space race in Russia, and we wanted to be the first people to...
No, but why keep... you still need to keep up the lie even...
Oh, well...
Now,
yeah.
even...
Because then that would discredit all the guys who did all that stuff in the first place. But my whole thing is...
So what were all those guys actually doing? If not...
Acting.
If not this. Acting. Okay.
But again, like I said, I don't consider myself a fake moon landing person because, like I said, it's some decent evidence against. I mean, that says it's fake, but it's just as good as evidence saying that it isn't fake. So it's like,
it's a known unknown,
right? And it's
they're
like
known
it's not like
and they're known unknowns.
Well, you know what? That looked kind of weird, but I've never been to the moon, so I don't know how gravity really works when it's different like that. So I'm gonna go to the moon and find out. I can't fucking do that. So it'd be different if they said the ocean was this deep at this exact point. I can see that. I can just fucking go wherever that is.
Well, hopefully Eli get us there.
So, and even if the first time was fake, we'd have been there and been in space so much. If it was fake, who the fuck cares now? If it was fake the first time, goddamn, we done did it already. So, but anyway.
All right. But anyway, yeah, this is a great thing that's happening, and this is not just a mission to go and just walk the moon. They are actually going to be going to a new part of the moon that no one has ever been on before.
Yeah, the South Pole, right?
Yes, and it's to eventually try to set up a station on the moon, is my understanding of what it's saying here. And that's very interesting.
Yeah, it's supposed to be so that it can be like a pit stop on the way to Mars whenever we decide to do that again. I think it's supposed to be like 2028.
Right.
So it'll be a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what the whole
they
point
wanted
is.
create a sustainable U.S. presence there by 2028, but they're gonna be on the surface by 2024.
I don't know, man. Sustainable U.S. presence on the moon sound a lot like the Empire on Star Wars. Galactic Empire.
Yeah.
You gonna see Trump walking to the podium going dun 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 dun.
Oh, can you imagine? Yeah, I can't imagine actually.
And surprisingly, the base on the moon is his idea.
What?
That's what I read.
Oh, okay. Because I heard it was Mike Pence who was putting up.
Well, Mike Pence told him to push the deadline.
Right.
But it was Trump's idea to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
Trump,
I guess.
You got one.
Yeah.
You got one. Well, I give you two because it was your idea to do the Space Force thing. So I give you two.
Wait, what's the Space Force thing?
You remember the Ginyu Force?
Yes.
Basically that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, basically,
so we got people dancing
Force,
around in space now.
Shit, probably I dance if I go to space. But basically, it's supposed anything space related can handled by the Air Force right now. Before there was an Air Force that used to be handled by the Army. So now he's trying to get that out of the Air Force hands. Like basically, y'all don't need to be doing all of this because everything literally air and space related is handled by the Air Force. So it's just going to be a Space Force. So like satellite monitoring, stuff like that, they'll be doing.
Okay.
Basically shit NASA already does, except this time it'll be an actual government facility because NASA isn't.
Huh. Yeah. So, what else about this?
So don't try to be no space soldier because that's not what it is.
That's what it sounds like.
That would be nice. It probably will eventually get there, but we will be long and gone by the time.
Like a space strike force. Like,
hey, people are evil. We might need it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's a great thing that's happening. Hopefully.
What's the lady's name?
Get it done. It is, of course, I know that. I know exactly what her name is. I'm just, it is Suzanne Slade.
Suzanne Slade.
Yep. And
shout out to Suzanne Slade, everybody.
Yeah, I was trying to see how old she was, but I don't know.
Also, something I learned that over 500 astronauts have been to space in general, not just the moon. They don't go to the moon that frequently, but just outer space. Over 500, and only is it 30 or 50?
It was 65.
65. Dang, what the fuck I get 30 from? Anywho, we gonna edit that in post. But 65 have been women. Out of worse than it is. Out of 500, only 65 have been women. So this is a big step.
Very bad.
But yeah, and it is still very fucking bad. But it's just another step for women. You know, as far as in the whole astronaut game.
At the same time, it's not to say that that's not necessarily because people were trying to keep them out of space so much. You disagree?
Yeah. Come on, think of where we are now and where we came from. Hell yeah, they was keeping them out of space.
Yeah, but look at how much ideals have been changed
I'm not
since
saying
now. And now we have more women who are willing to go against the social norms and want to be astronauts.
I agree, but again, this is not. But again, I don't think that out of those, granted, it's just like being, get on those kind of missions is like getting an NBA or the NFL. You have to be good. So it's not saying there weren't any other women astronauts that were trying to get into it. It's just that out of all the people they picked, they just didn't pick some women. And I'm sure some of that had to be biased.
Yeah. I mean, I am sure
Now, I will. Yes, definitely
was.
probably wasn't as many trying to be astronauts as there was men, but I still don't think that all of those women just didn't make it just because they weren't qualified either.
Okay.
I don't have any proof, but I know enough of the world.
I don't know all the numbers and stuff, but
I don't need to know them.
I am quite sure that there were probably up until maybe the last 15 years or so, there probably were significantly more men who were just in the field. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not. Yeah, definitely not.
Now, the reasons why all those things were, that that gets more complicated. But that was my only point to, contradict the idea about those numbers.
Oh, okay.
Just playing devil's advocate, because we agree on way too much. We need to have arguments on this show. show sometime.
That's easy. We can talk about music. Your ass don't like nothing I like. So that'll be argument number one right there. We can argue about that shit all day long.
All right, another thing in the space field, a massive 2,034-foot asteroid will zoom past Earth just after Christmas. Now,
that's a lie. Santa Claus.
Maybe it is. Maybe that's all the gifts.
Yeah.
Maybe. I didn't even think about that. But actually, when you read more into this, it's saying that the Space Agency Center for Near-Earth Object Studies estimates its diameter will be in the range of 919 feet to 2,034 feet. So it's going to be, they estimate it's going to be between 1,000 and 2,000.
Yeah.
So we don't know actually how big it will be. But yeah, that's crazy. And
there's a couple ways to find out.
Yeah.
Let's just say I'm glad it's fucking going past, because something like that is definitely going to cause some pain.
Yeah. Going past us at 27,500 miles per hour.
God damn.
And it's going to be like, it's close enough for this to be a story, but it's not close enough for us to be worried about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's still like, it's like a few million miles away from us. Actually, it's just going
4.5 million miles from our planet.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Ooh, does it say anything about being able to see it on in the telescope or something?
It doesn't say anything about that in this.
Well, my dad,
Fox
he has
News story.
Like a huge, and I mean a huge fucking telescope. It looks like an old school Canon, for a telescope. So he usually keeps track of that kind of stuff. So I don't know what sites he used. So my intention was actually to hit him up on this and ask him about it, but like I said, I've been getting my ass kicked at work, so I haven't had the time. But
yeah. So yeah, I don't know if we can see.
I'll post something on Instagram if I find anything out.
Yeah, just
our social media. I say Instagram, but we got other social media.
Yeah, you guys should search this up. I mean, the name is pretty easy to remember. It is known as 310442.
Man, I thought you was gonna say the main issue. You was talking about the damn asteroid. All right, my bad. Go ahead.
And then in parentheses, it has 2000 and CH59.
The fuck, you got a nickname?
That, I guess it's in parentheses. I don't know why that's there, but yeah, that's what it's known as. You would think they would give this thing a name, but
we got that Halley's Comet and shit. So yeah, we don't need no more damn fucking names.
What? Why not?
I mean, anything sounds better than 310412, whatever the fuck you said. But yeah, I don't think I need a name. Shit.
You're a space guy. What's the difference between an asteroid and a comet?
The difference between an asteroid and a comet is I don't fucking know.
I thought you were about to go into it.
Man, I don't know.
All right, what's a meteor versus an asteroid?
Once upon a time, I knew this stuff.
Yeah.
But the more you learn other things, little shit fall off. And I haven't fucking cared about the difference between a meteor or a comet. God damn it, it's all space debris as far as I'm concerned. I want to say I think comets tend to have a tail. Asteroids don't. And I think it also has to do with like material and stuff like that. But I mean, I could definitely Google it. But then again, everybody listening could do that too.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're Americans. We're lazy. So, ain't nobody want to.
Yeah, but I mean, this is pretty cool to know. How did you come across this story? Because I would have never.
It's a
across it. I didn't hear about this one.
Sites and stuff I frequent. I always look at, like you said, I'm a space guy, so I always look at stuff like that. Okay, the main difference between asteroids and comets is the composition, as in what they're made of. See, that's exactly what I said. I knew more than I thought I knew.
Yeah, there you
go. Let's see. Asteroids are made up of metals and rocky material, while comets are made up of ice, dust, and rocky material. Both asteroids and comets were formed early in history of the solar system, about 4.5 billion years ago.
Huh. So what about meteors? Is that like just a play on the same thing?
Oh, what's the difference between asteroid, comets, and meteors? Let's see. A meteoroid that enters the Earth's atmosphere and vaporizes. Wait, hold on.
Welcome to
Comet, a body of ice.
Science class portion.
A body of ice. Sorry ass science class. Just like you know, your science teacher don't know shit outside of the book. A body of ice, rock, and dust that can be several miles in diameter, orbits the sun. That's a comet. Debris from comets is the source of many meteoroids. Originates from a comet. So basically, little pieces of asteroids or comets or meteoroids, stuff that ain't nobody worried about.
Oh, okay.
So
it's significantly smaller.
Yeah. So basically, a little.
Yeah. So that's why it can fly.
Meteor showers. So that's what that is.
Right.
Because it's not but a bunch of little pieces of little rocks from space.
Oh, okay.
So nothing to be worried about unless you probably in direct line of any of it, but you'd have to be pretty unlucky.
Yeah.
But yeah. Quick little science class. Astrophysics for people in a hurry.
Did you read that?
Yeah, loved it.
Oh yeah.
I read it well. And I had the audiobook and then
Yeah.
So
I should get the audiobook.
And Neil deGrasse Tyson. Reads it? Yes. Yeah, okay. Man, that's what I was worried about when my dad got me the audiobook for Christmas on my birthday, one of those things. It was a gift nonetheless. And I was just like, who's fucking reading this? But as soon as I started playing it, it was Neil deGrasse Tyson. I was like, yes! Okay, I'm going to listen. Because if it was anybody else, I was going to be like,
Oh, yeah. You hate to hear somebody else's words. Because even, read the book, I'm reading it in his voice. I'm not,
right,
I'm reading it with my own
exactly,
voice.
Yeah, not reading my voice. But, yeah, because audiobooks, that's the thing about audiobooks, which audiobooks tend to do have good readers. Like people with decent voices doing them.
Yes.
And I've even heard some, because I had the audiobook for Hunger Games, the first book, and it was like a whole thing. Like they had different people doing the voices, and either they had different people doing the voices or the woman doing the voices was doing a goddamn good job because she was switching back and forth and everything. So I was like, man, that's good. And that was my first time actually listening to an audiobook outside of when I was a kid.
I got a great one for you. Do you know what you know Breakfast with Tiffany? Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah,
the book.
Of course, it was adapted from a book.
Yeah, of course.
So
lazy ass Hollywood. So sick of them.
Do you also know the show Dexter?
Yeah,
with Michael C. Hall.
Yeah,
Michael C. Hall reads Breakfast at Tiffany.
I mean, he got a decent voice, but I can't get the Dexter thing out of my head. But I've never seen Breakfast at Tiffany's. It doesn't seem like anything I would want to watch, so I just
Actually,
Not to mention, I find about the fucking
like
Chinese stereotype in it, so I really don't want to watch it.
Oh yeah, that's Mickey Rourke playing
the
landlord. Yeah, it's really bad. And I actually like the movie. I really like Audrey Hepburn, and watching that, it's like, oh, if y'all could just CGI that out or something. It's like it's really bad.
Yeah,
but Michael C. Hall does a great job at reading that book. It is it is great.
But you always, and this goes back to what you were saying. We don't argue enough. You always like more artistic stuff. Well, I ain't gonna say more, but yeah, you do like more artistic stuff than I do. Cause me, I'm on some down fucking gritty ass blowing shit up. Now, granted, don't get me wrong. I like some. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say artistic stuff. Like if it's like a good story, like a biography or something, I like most biographies I watch.
Yeah.
Like I've seen Hidden Figures like 3 times.
Yeah.
And so stuff like that I can watch, but like I remember I was dating this girl. She went to SCAD. She had me watch this like black and white silent film that came out like the previous year, and she didn't tell me that. So I'm watching. I'm like, why isn't anybody saying anything? And she was like, oh, it's a silent film. If you don't turn this shit off, if you better turn this shit off.
Oh wait, this was
it.
a few years ago.
But this was a good minute ago because we dated in like 2012 or something.
Oh, okay.
So, but the silent film came out around. Man, I don't want to watch that shit.
I do remember a film where it was a school of deaf kids, and the movie
Bird
was
Box?
mostly inside. Wait, what? What does that have to do? Oh,
the ending. They went to a school for the deaf.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. Wait.
I thought it was
the blind.
Yeah.
God damn, why you had to ruin my joke?
Yeah.
Shit. We arguing now, goddamn it. We arguing now. Ruining my damn joke.
Yeah, but anyway, this is a pretty cool movie where, well, I don't know if I want to call it cool. It wasn't cool, but it was a gritty movie, and it was like
I can get with gritty.
These deaf kids were basically left to their own devices, like living out of this facility. I said it was a school, but I don't know that it was a school. I feel like when I watched it, it was not okay. That's why it wouldn't be subtitled. So it wasn't sub. You're just watching these young deaf people doing sign language, and things are happening. Like the guys at the school are prostituting the girls, and it's just.
Well, you said it was gritty.
It's crazy.
What country was this made in?
I'm pretty sure it's like I don't know. It might be a French film. It might be German or something.
It's like the 5th time you've recommended a French film.
Yeah, and I wouldn't necessarily say I'm recommended this movie. I just thought it was a cool concept for
I mean, that definitely does sound like a cool concept. Yeah. I might check that out. Like, you lost me with the school for deaf kids, but when you said it was gritty, I was in, and they fucking prostituted.
Yeah, it was.
For the record, I don't want to see anybody prostituting little girl. I'm just that level of grittiness means they have to get there.
Young people, like 20s, probably.
Okay. Oh, okay.
They weren't that young.
Right. Yeah. But I was just referring to that giving me the level of gritty I'm about to be seeing. I was like, okay, so this shit ain't no joke. Let's go. Birdman hands. But yeah, you seem to like say you watch a lot more of that kind of stuff than I would, because I don't really usually like. Don't get me wrong, I can appreciate some artistic aspects of some things, like some special effects and shit. Like I've lost count how many times I've seen Avatar, and I just like it because it's beautiful. The story's all right, but it don't really do much for me. But it's just a fucking gorgeous fucking what?
I can't stand
argument
Avatar.
number 3. Goddamn it! What the hell is wrong with Avatar?
It's
for the
overrated.
record, blue people, not that last Airbender bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
no, I mean I know what you're talking about. I'm just make sure
it's overrated. How the movie was great.
Is it?
Yeah,
I didn't see it. I mean, I didn't. No, not I didn't see it. I just don't.
You didn't see the
what
greatness.
Was great.
What was wrong
about
it?
What
was wrong with it?
I thought that a lot of the visuals were pretty good.
Pretty good. It was ahead of its time.
Sure, it was. Sure, maybe it was ahead of its time, but at the same time, I didn't need it. And you know me, I don't care about space stuff.
But it wasn't in space. It was on Earth. It was on a planet.
It was on a planet. Yeah, it was on a different planet. It was aliens, and
technically we were the aliens.
It was kind of yeah. Technically we were the aliens. Go ahead. You're right. But it just was in like, besides that, it had nothing going on for me. It was a really bland story, and you seem to agree with that.
Well, the story was was pretty cookie cutter.
Yeah,
I mean, but that's just what I've said before.
I just don't see why this is still one of the highest grossing movies ever.
For one, because of visuals. That draws everybody in. Number two, you tell anybody it took somebody 14 years to make a movie, they want to see what the fuck they got out of that. Like 14 years, that's unheard of.
True.
You barely hear about 2 or 3 years taking a movie. 14? Yeah.
True.
So I guess that kind of stuff drew everybody in, and plus, it's fucking James Cameron. That his name alone gonna pull motherfuckers in. Yeah. So, and not to mention that all-star cast they had. Shit. So.
Yeah, I guess.
But I hope y'all enjoyed the main issues, because this is the last episode, because I can't fuck with nobody who don't like Avatar.
I wasn't the target audience for that movie, though.
I don't think half the people who liked it wasn't. My mom liked it.
Yeah.
She would never see some shit like that.
Yeah. Like, I hadn't seen it since I saw it the first time, I don't think.
What I ended up finding out about Avatar was that the Vatican Church tried to ban it. Apparently they had an issue with that movie Fern Gully, and they felt that Avatar was going to have the same impact, and their argument was, I read this in the paper.
What, being like spiritual with nature and
yes
stuff? Is it that?
Putting Mother Earth before God is what the thing is, what that issue was. But I'm like, shouldn't we kind of? Because no matter how holy we are, if we keep fucking the earth up, we're not going to have anywhere to live.
Right.
I mean, this whole space race shit has been at a standstill for a while. Like, okay, it's nice we sent some rovers here and there, and satellites are showing us pictures of planets we'll never fucking see in person, but
we can't expect God to do everything.
We're not going to move. We can't move yet. It's not plausible for us to go to another planet yet. So fucking this up is the shit. We're going to literally have hell on Earth.
Yeah.
So, which is funny because that's exactly what the Avatar is about. That's why they fought so hard to try to take the planet, because they hadn't already fucked Earth up. So, nah. So yeah, they tried to ban that, and I found that out probably a couple years after Avatar came out.
Huh.
And I was just like, what? I was like, the nerve of these motherfuckers. And that I also thought it was funny that they specifically mentioned Fern Gully. I was just like, well, I can see that, because our age group do have a good bit of hippies and shit in it. And
a lot of people was talking about it. It seems like I've heard Fern Gully brought up a lot in the past, because that's
the first
weeks.
Movie I've
but I mean,
seen.
Recently in my daily life, I've been hearing
Disney Plus.
Is it Disney?
I don't know.
I don't think that it is.
It might not be, actually, now that you mention it.
And maybe that's what people are talking about, because I feel like it came up. I know Tiffany mentioned it one time.
Well, we do have a lot of, like I said, we do have a lot of activists and stuff in our age group. So people are constantly trying to stop us from tearing down rainforests and doing fucking shit up worse than it already is. So, and Fern Gully was the first movie that I've ever seen that even mentioned that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I've seen it, but I don't. I barely recall it.
Same kind of principle. Stop tearing down trees.
Yeah.
Because I think they were tearing down the rainforest for some bullshit ass reason. I don't remember what the reason was, but they were just fucking doing it.
Back to what you were saying about me not liking the actions is stuff, and
Well, no, I didn't
Like,
say you didn't like
you
it. I was
didn't
just
say
saying
that.
you
You
focus
didn't
more
say that.
on
You're
more.
right.
You prefer more artistic stuff.
Yeah.
Which I mean, don't get me wrong. It's neither here nor there. But like, you will watch some artistic stuff before I will. But you will also watch some of the action stuff.
Right.
But, you know, and it's kind of hard
Because I messes with some John Wick. Oh my
man.
God.
Yeah,
It took me forever
I
to
had
see
to turn
that.
this man on to John Wick.
Took me forever to see
And
it.
I'm glad I downplayed it for you because I don't really recall it. I guess it's been a minute since I've seen the first episode, but I don't really recall it having that much of a story. And you was like, it had plenty story.
I thought it was plenty story.
I mean,
thought it was good.
I didn't think it had much story for you.
Yeah.
Is why I was saying that. But I do like the world they created, and I also like that in John Wick 2 they built upon it some more. Because I had a lot of questions. I was like, man, that's a dope ass world they made with the whole assassin thing going on. And I still have yet to see John Wick 3.
I actually haven't seen it either.
Okay, thank God. Because every time I say to somebody, they give me the slow turn and look like, really? Are you fucking serious? So, but
yeah, but my thing with it is simplicity. Sometimes that's what it takes for an action kind of movie to do it for me.
Right.
Like, don't overcomplicate things. Don't try to be this thing that you're not. Wild psychological thriller, and when you're actually an action movie.
You know what? This is also, I mean, I'm sure there's some out there, but this is also the first action movie that I can think of that didn't have a love interest. Unless you count the dog as one.
I mean,
but he wasn't trying to save no girl.
Gone. Yeah.
But he didn't try to save no girl.
That's true.
Or anything like that. He was just kicking ass.
Yeah. And I like that. I really like that.
You name it, there's always some fucking girl they got to save, or some girl they run around with, or some shit like that. Even the accountant had that.
Yeah.
And the accountant was good too, by the way, if anybody hasn't seen the accountant. The name was very misleading, but
and I'm a James Bond fan.
Yeah. And
that's my problem with James Bond.
Always, but it's James Bond.
It is.
He's
but
not James Bond, for there ain't no bitches.
And I really like Daniel Craig's James Bond, and
I don't have anything with his movies, but I felt like after the series of James Bond actors we've had, he was too ugly.
What?
He's too ugly. You seen that motherfucker's face? He's been through hell and back.
Word?
Yes. Pierce Brosnan.
What?
Pierce Brosnan.
Women love Daniel Craig. I just want you to know that.
I know they do.
Oh, okay.
I know they, but they're ugly.
Okay.
Shit. How many flavor laws did we have?
I think,
that motherfucker ugly too. I'm just saying.
I think he's a good looking guy. I don't see.
I'm not saying he's. I'm
Yeah.
not saying he's too ugly. There's definitely uglier guys in Hollywood than him. But what I'm saying is, compared to the other two Bonds, that's far down the totem pole.
Yeah, the other two Bonds that most people know. Yeah,
There were only two, right?
no,
I mean, I know they had the TV show, but as far as the movies, there was only two other Bonds, right? There was Pierce Brosnan, and then there was I know his fucking name. Why can't I think of his name?
there's Roger Moore, and then there's Sean Connery.
Yeah, I forgot about Roger Moore. Yeah, okay, my bad. Yeah, okay, but still,
Yeah,
fucking Pretty Boys, and then you go to fucking That was so left for me.
I think that's just interpretation because, like I said, women.
It does that shit don't matter. Women love whoever the fuck is on the TV screen. But what I'm saying is, it's not. I'm just saying, compared to the other guys,
because most people's problem with him as Bond was that he was like blonde, like his hair wasn't that dark. That
don't mean anything to me.
A lot of people's problem with him.
I couldn't tell you what color his eyes were, but I'm just saying. I just thought that was crazy. Oh, did you hear the new James Bond's supposed to be a woman, a black woman at that?
I need to note the time for that. But
what?
You know what? But
wait, no time for that for what?
You know what you said.
I thought we weren't worried about it anymore.
I'm still worried about that. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't want that.
But yeah, the new James Bond's supposed to be a black woman now. Specifically, the black woman from Captain Marvel, the one that was her best friend.
Oh, I didn't I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I read that once, and I was just like, okay, well, that's a nice little fan rumor, but it's a real
Daniel
thing.
Craig is in this next Bond movie that's coming out though. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm not saying if it's that one. I'm just saying that's what I read.
So that's supposed to be
the next James Bond. So I guess whenever they decide to give him the old rusty shoe, or rather he retire or whatever, she's gonna be the next one. Which I didn't know she was English. Man, so many fucking actors and actresses are fucking English. Man, I was just talking about
they
that
English or Canadian.
Right. I was just talking about that last night before I went to the Christmas party on the game with some of the guys. When I was watching like the behind the scenes stuff for True Blood when it was airing, a good bit of them are fucking English. Matter of fact, Sookie's brother is English. I'm like, bro, you doing that strong ass country accent? You couldn't tell me he wasn't homegrown Alabama motherfucker. That motherfucker is not even from here.
Yeah.
He was just so goddamn English. I said, what in the hell? He had the best fucking country accent ever. I said, you must have fucking lived at the Bayou for like a year before you fucking took this role, dude.
And we were around plenty of country people, so we know what they're supposed to sound like.
Yeah, you can know when they faking it.
They were doing a pretty good job. Yeah,
they did amazing. And Tara wasn't, but she had another strong country. She just had, she was just regular American, but she don't talk like that outside of that either. Which, thank God. But still, I was just so surprised that fucking.
And I completely lost what I was saying about Bond. Something about the women. Yeah, I like Daniel Craig's Bond, but like the writing in those movies it's just like I didn't see the attraction for the women in the film. Like it just was like, oh, all of a sudden he's in love. And if you read the books, it's pretty much like that too. All she got to do is have a pretty face and some nice legs, and he's done it. But I think characters need to evolve, and somebody who is as tactical as him should be just a little more careful with his love life. It's just that kind of ruined the movies for me.
How do you feel about well, my whole thing with the James Bond being a black woman was a surprise, but did you remember when they were talking about Idris Elba? People were like saying Idris Elba need to be the next James Bond, and they were saying, oh, he can't be James Bond because he's black. James Bond is a real person. James Bond is based off a real person. None of that shit we saw fucking happened. And so not only that, but
I don't believe that he is based off.
He is. Yeah, the person who the original author of the James Bond books, he was a real MI6 spy. For real. Yes, that's serious.
He was in the Navy, I believe.
I think I read said he was really in MI6. But anyway, but yeah, James Bond was a real person. But whenever I hear the argument, my first thing I throw out is the Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger. What do you mean?
The guy is based off is black.
I mean,
it's just I know a lot of people don't know that, but
I don't even really know the Lone Ranger.
It's out of our age range, but it's an old.
I mean, I know what it is, but I don't follow it all.
No, I'm just saying it's a older thing. So like people my dad's age and more so know what it is. You know the name because of how popular the character is, but based off a black guy. So. But nonetheless, people always throw that stuff out. Or like when they made Domino black, people, she can't be black. For the record, I'm purposely speaking gibberish because it's fucking bullshit. Like, come on, man. They made her black. It's like
the Marvel character Domino. Yeah,
right. It's like, okay, she made a black, big whoop. There's like 98% fucking heroes and villains are still white. Sit your ass down. Yeah. we can't take one. How would y'all feel if y'all made Blade white? Again, y'all got 98% of the fucking heroes and villains. Yeah. But I don't know, man. It's just crazy. We gotta watch John Wick 3.
Yeah.
I might watch that tonight if we have time. What time is it? I got time. I watch John Wick 3 tonight. So, anybody, if you know where I stay, we can watch John Wick 3 tonight. Oh, it's too bad y'all not gonna be able to by the time this airs. Oops.
Oh, that's true. Probably still gonna try to.
While we still got time, what do you think about us doing a live podcast one day? I mean, of course, it'd have to be on YouTube, but
yeah, definitely. When we have the audience for it, and it's to make it worthwhile to set something like that up, which is not easy, but I can do it. I can do it definitely.
Oh, I know you can. I was just saying. Is it possible to live stream on multiple platforms at the same time on one camera?
It is.
Like could we live stream on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at the same time? All of what we're filming on.
We might have to do two. We might have to do two. I don't know about all those.
I was just asking if it's a thing that can actually can happen.
I think it's possible. I think that people do it. I know people will do Facebook and Twitch. Not Facebook and Twitch, but YouTube and Twitch. But I don't know. I have to figure out how to do that. But I would rather, and for that, I would have to have, we would probably have to have a third person. Maybe I can get Tiffany up here in the back. She doesn't have to be on anything. Maybe she can monitor stuff, because that's what it kind of comes down to. I can't be up here trying to do stuff. Hopefully everything just goes well, but man,
hey, we got time for that. We are nowhere near that level of popularity.
Done enough trying to get my own gaming streaming working right. It's just ugh.
Yeah,
it ain't as easy
you never
as it
play.
Looks. Yeah, the games I never play, and I stopped playing games a lot because I've been wanting to record gameplay and stuff, and I feel like I don't want to play unless I get that together, because I don't want to waste good content, because I'm sick of being on the game and doing stuff, and then we having the greatest banter ever, and it's oh, tell me you recording, man. It's
I mean, yeah, but we have our audio thing set on the PlayStation, so at best you could use I know you don't like using the PlayStation upload thing, but it's better than nothing, dude.
It is better than nothing, but it's trash.
It ain't that bad, man. It is not that bad. It ain't superb, but I definitely wouldn't say it's trash.
I think my audio is trash. When it's like that. Yeah. Because I want it to sound like this sounds. But yeah, and hopefully, we bring different kind of content to the YouTube channel, especially this. What we're doing here is a podcast, and I need to start calling this a podcast. I realize, even when I'm doing the, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Main Issues. This should be the Main Issues podcast, because the main issues will be more than just a podcast. We're gonna be putting out different kind of content. Hopefully, doing skits and stuff. Hopefully,
wait on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I really want to do that kind of stuff. And that's the kind of stuff that we can put up on YouTube, and it will drive more traffic to our YouTube page, and hopefully drive traffic to the podcast. So, yeah, I really want to start doing that kind of stuff. So,
we'll get there, dude.
Be looking forward to different kind of content like that. So, stick with us. We'll have that kind of stuff for you. So that'll be it for us today. Yep. And subscribe, share, comment, whatever you can do possible to show that you mess with us. And we'll see you next time.
Peace. Oh man, I meant to tell you. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot.